Good day everyone. I would like to introduce myself. I am Maria April Carbonell from BE Ed 1A. And for today's video, I will going to have a speech which is all about the conflict of Russia and Ukraine. The speech about the conflict of Ukraine and Russia. War arises because of the changing relations of the mercy variables, the technological, the social, and intellectual. As of today, the conflict between the two places, which are the Russia and Ukraine, is the most deadly crisis that has a great impact in our world. In its nearly 3 decades of independence, Ukraine has sought to forge its own path as a sovereign state while looking to align more closely with Western institutions. So including the European Union and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or shall we call the NATO, Russia's aggressions in Ukraine has triggered the greatest security crisis in Europe since the Cold War. So though the United States and its allies have taken significant punitive action against Russia during the 7-year-old conflict, so they have a near little headway in helping to restore the Ukraine's territorial security. So mga noong nakaraang buwan naman, 'di ba? Na biglang pumatok sa balita ang about war between the Russia and Ukraine. Mapa Facebook man, Instagram, Twitter, at kahit anong social media is napapabalitaan yung tungkol sa gyera sa Russia at Ukraine. Yun na nga po yun yung about sa NATO or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization na sasalihan sana ng Ukraine. Ngunit umapila naman yung president ng Russia. So, according to Jonathan 2021, the conflict in Ukraine is viewed by same as part of the renewed geopolitical rivalry between the Western powers of Russia. So, former Soviet Republic, Ukraine has deep cultural. Crimea is a part of Ukraine, and it's keen not to let the country become more aligned with the Western institutions, so chiefly the NATO and the European Union. So, the conflict in Ukraine may be the catalyst for an increase in military spending in Europe. Like Russia has been increasing military and spending in real terms of several years and plans that continue to do it so. Like the impact of the conflict is already apparent in Ukraine, which is increasing its military spending significantly. So several Central and North European countries bordering Russia have also announced increase in their military spending as a direct response to the crisis. Like sa mga nangyayari ngayon dun sa Russia and Ukraine, marami ring nadamay, lalo na yung mga sibilyan, yung mga walang alam, at mas lalong lumala ang nangyayari sapagkat yung presidente ng Russia ay ayaw talagang magpapigil. So in this crisis, we need to have a good communication in such a conflict situation. Ito na yung halimbawa ng Ukraine at Russia, yung nangyayari sa kanila ngayon. So because if we don't have a good communication, the outcome and result will never be good, and it can cause misunderstanding or misunderstood. Like, we always hear that the communication is the best tool in conflict resolution. So it can create a conducive atmosphere for presentation of the arguments of each party or a group. So it can create an opportunity to listen to the viewpoints of arguments of the opposite side. So it is a very good avenue for mutual understanding between the concerned parties. When people when compared to other methods of conflict resolution, it is observed that communication is less expensive but a highly effective means of resolving conflicts. And lastly, good communication has a long-lasting positive effect on the resolution of conflict. Kailangan natin ng good communication para maintindihan yung isa't isa. Kasi if we don't have, hindi natin gagawin yon, maaring magkakaroon tayo ng misunderstandings between the two parties or so yung mga nakakausap natin. So, and I hope that the two countries, the Russia and Ukraine, will have a peace talk for them to have a good discussions and to have a peaceful life. So that's all, and thank you.